electromagnetic arm. Then, in our next process, we were supposed to learn about electromagnets. Have you learned something about electromagnets?
Yes.
I'm hoping you learned a lot about electromagnets. Okay? Now, let's look at the next one. Are we planning?
Not yet.
This one is hard for me because I always have to think about what am I planning exactly? Abby, stop. What am I planning exactly? What's the plan for?
Planning for the electromagnetic
What's the plan for, Tristan?
to make an electromagnetic arm.
Right. You always have to think about the problem. Are you planning a solution to the problem? Okay? Because you planned how to do your variable testing, but was that part of the problem? That wasn't exactly related to the problem. So are we on learn or are we on plan? How many think we're on learn? How many think we're on plan? Have you planned your electromagnetic arm?
I have an idea of what it looks like.
Do you know what your arm's going to look like?
We have to make it on
You won't know until you build it, so have you planned it yet?
No.
No, so you're still learning, but you're getting so close to planning. Okay? So let's have Mila's group stand up. Bring up your sheet of paper. Show it to your classmates. Tell them your claim and evidence and what you tested. DJ, sit up. I appreciate the way that Blake is looking at his classmates. I can tell he's actively listening. Okay, what'd you test? What's your claim and evidence?
We test the number of alligator clips.
Okay, and your claim?
The more alligator clips, the weaker the electromagnet.
Okay.
And then when we had 2 alligator clips, we picked up 6, 4, and 9 washers. And when we had 12 clips, we picked up 0 washers.
Okay, I appreciate the way you use the numbers to solve that problem. All right, you can have a seat, and let's have Austin's group. Sorry, I don't know your science names without your papers. All right, tell us what you tested and your claim and evidence. What'd you test? The material that the bolt is wrapped around, gentlemen. And what is your claim?
Zinc is the strongest material of the
Zinc is the strongest. Look at their data. Look at their averages for tin, wood, brass, and stainless steel. What'd they get?
0.
Straight up 0. So, what does that tell you about the coils? Is it just the coils that matter, or is it what's in it? But if I just took my bolt, so this is a zinc bolt, right? If I just took this, attached it to my circuit somehow, would this be turned into a magnet?
Maybe.
We should try it, okay, when you go start next time. See if this will work just by itself without the coils, okay? All right, and your claim, we just kind of talked about that, I stole your thunder. Sorry. All right, anything else you wanted to tell your classmates? Hey, is stainless steel a metal?
Yes. No, it's not.
It's steel.
Is brass a metal?
Yes.
So are all metals gonna work for
No.
electromagnetic?
No.
Okay, see, thank you. All right, Shay's group. Shay's kind of just along for the ride on this one.
I talk so much.
She's a loner.
He's got a loaner, he's just along for the ride. All right, what'd you test, what's your claim, and what's your evidence?
Business of the gauge.
Austin. Tell them what the gauge means. Remind them.
The gauge is the wire. So how thick the wire is.
How thick the wire is, okay? And what's your claim and evidence?
I can't read it.
I claim that the 20 gauge wire is the strongest than the 16 and 24 gauge wire. The
Okay.
evidence is I know this because the average for the 20 was 26 and 667 hundredths and it's bigger than the 23 and 33 hundredths.
Okay, thanks for using that decimal point language. This group helped you out a little bit. The 24, the 20, and the 16 gauge. It's kind of confusing, so I want you to make sure that you look at their table. They helped you out by putting 16 is actually the thickest. So the smaller the number, the thicker the wire. So please remember that. And it's written, they wrote it on there for you to help you out. Okay? All right, thank you. Last two groups we have, right? Kylie? Tell us what you tested and your claim and evidence.
We tested the number of batteries.
Okay?
Our claim was
Guys.
if you use 4 batteries, you get a stronger electric magnet.
Okay, and what's your evidence, Abby?
If you use 4 batteries, you get an average of 22.6. If you use 6 batteries, you get 18 as an average.
Okay. Thank you very much. Beautiful. Thank you, Vanna White. All right, last group, tell us what you tested and your claim and evidence.
We tested.
Oh, I'm sorry, hold on 1 second, Blake, for everyone to show you they're actively listening by looking at you and having their voices off.
We tested the size of the battery, and for claim we got the C battery is the strongest electromagnet.
And the evidence is C battery has the average of 36.6, and that was the highest of them all. As you can tell, 31.3, 36.6, 32.1.
Okay, thank you. All right, turn your bodies and face the screen, please.
But there's
Sorry. I have my calendar up there to make sure I was where I needed to be. Uh-oh. There we go. All right, take a look at your memo for Galactic Games.
Hey, they finally got it colored in.
What?
The picture.
Oh, yeah. This is from Orion, and Haley and Apollo also got it. And what is the subject of our...
Haley, I didn't know you were the plastic games.
Well, it's spelled a little different.
Okay.
What is the subject of our email today? Plan and design. So what stage are we entering into of our engineering design process? Carabelle? The planning and designing part. So he says, Orion says, wow, fantastic work. We are getting very close to our deadline. We will need each team to come up with a design plan and build a prototype by the end of the next workday. Along with a detailed picture of your design, you will need to provide a justification for each decision you have made. See the attached document. So, please look at the attached document,
Okay.
which is not the table.
Okay.
I love
Man.
This is what Orion has sent, and I've copied already for you. On this, you need to make sure you put your name. And it's kind of hard to read, so I'll read it for you. Number 1 says you need to make a diagram, a labeled diagram, of what your electromagnetic arm is going to look like. Now, when I say a diagram, I'm talking like this. When I showed you this, could you make that? Were you able to make it?
Yeah.
How come?
We labeled it.
I put labels on it, otherwise you might not have known what these lines were, but I put down that they were alligator clips. I put how many coils, I put the gauge of the wire, what was the material of the bolt,
And a
I put the
battery.
battery and the battery holder. So everything that's gonna be in your electromagnetic arm needs to be here. Now, please remember that we are creating a prototype of just the arm. We are not in charge of making it go up and down. That is the mechanical engineer's job. We are the electrical engineers, so we are just making the arm that's actually gonna pick it up, okay? Then, number 2, this is the most important part for Orion. He wants to know your justification for why you chose what you did. So, the type of battery, who did that for our groups? Who did A, D, and AA?
Turbo.
Okay, so that's our type of battery. So if you decide you want a C battery, you'll write a C here, and then you have to tell me why did you pick that. And you can't say, because I wanted to. Okay, that is not a justification. You actually have to think about why are you choosing that. Do you want it to be the strongest? Yeah, you could say it's the strongest. You could say it's the weakest. You could say it's medium. It's totally up to your group. Now, if you have 4 people at your group, you are actually going to be working with your elbow partner. So you're not working with your 4, you're just working with your 2, okay? If you only have 3 people in your group, then you are working as a group of 3, okay? Wait. Before we can even start this, take a look at our engineering design process again. We are in the plan, but remember how we had all these arrows that went back and forth and all over the place? I want you to, we're not gonna go back necessarily and make a new problem, but we are gonna follow this arrow and go back to the define stage and make sure that we know all of the constraints. What is a constraint? Look at me. What's a constraint?
Rule.
A rule you have to follow. So
rule
we need
that
to
you
look
must
back. Yeah, exactly. You have to go back to the client letters. The client letters are the very first letters that Orion sent to us, which is right here. I want you to go back and I want you to read this and I want you to look for the rules that Orion wants. Specifically, 5th graders, look for, does Orion want you to create the strongest electromagnet known to man? Okay? When you have decided that, constraint checker, raise your hand. I will come to you. You have to prove your answer to me. Then I will give you these and you can get started on your plan. You have to have your plan done by today. You might say to yourself, Ms. Mock, how am I going to remember what everybody said? I'm hoping you're saying that, because that's a lot of information. You don't have to remember, because we're going to have all of the big sheets that you just made, we're going to have them out on the carpet. So you're going to have to get your bodies up, Stetson, and come out and look at all of the data and decide what your group is going to do. You are now entered into the competition part of this phase. So you're not going to want to be talking about what your design is to other groups, okay? Because Orion's only going to pick one. So don't talk about it with anybody else, except for your partner. Yeah.
Can we talk about it with our
No, because you're competing against the people in your class.
Against each other.
Yeah, it's just the 2 people, or 3, if you're a 3-person group, that will be chosen, okay?
So wait,
So-
our table is going against each other?
Yeah.
Well, then we can see their ideas.
Sure.
You can see them.
All right. First thing, client letter, look for the constraints. Constraint checker, you're going to raise your hand. Number 3, you're going to do your justification and diagram. Disperse. Leave your big papers unfolded on the carpet, please.
How do you like that? Let me help you.
Okay, Daddy.
Let me help you. Just someone help me up.
No, we're not talking about the plan.
Alright,
First, constraints.